The first thing to do after a wreck is make sure that everybody is safe. If somebody needs medical attention, make sure you've called 911. If you are still out on the road, make sure that we have some amount of traffic control so that you don't get hit by traffic. Get out of the way, get into a safe place so we don't have an additional injury. Call 911. Sometimes the police come, sometimes they don't. Sometimes people want to just exchange information and not call the police. If people aren't injured, maybe that's okay. One of the advantages of the police, though, is they're going to help you document the scene and they're going to help clear up questions that people might have afterwards. If the police come, you will exchange information through the police officer. Give him your insurance, give him your registration. If the police don't come, always exchange your insurance information, even if you are not at fault or if you think you're not at fault. You are still obligated under law to exchange information. Don't refuse just because you don't think you're at fault. Document the scene. This may become really, really important later on. We all have phones. Get out your phone, take pictures. And don't just take one picture. If you think one picture is enough, take 20. Take video close up. Take video from far away. Give us perspective. Later on, the attorneys and the insurance adjusters are going to want to know not just what this close-up of a shot looks like, but we want to know what that shot is in relation to the rest of the scene. Take a lot of photos. If it's a motorcycle wreck, make sure that you are taking photos of everything, including, and this is really important, including all of the road markings. When motorcycles slide, they leave scrape marks. Everybody's going to want to see where those scrape marks started. They're going to want to see where they end. They're going to want to know how long they were. So you're going to want to take those photos in context with other landmarks around so that we can actually measure them later on. If there's debris, take photo of debris, not just the debris itself, but the debris in context with the landscape so that we know where the debris landed. This can mean the world to accident reconstructors later on. Get witness phone numbers. I can't tell you how many times my clients have said that they had witnesses. The witnesses say they're not at fault. Then I'll say, well, who are the witnesses? And they won't have them. Or they'll say, the police took their statements. Police take statements, but there have been many times where those statements never quite get into the record. They get lost along the way. So if you have witnesses, get their phone numbers. Don't admit fault. Even if you did something wrong, even if there's something you did that was kind of stupid, don't admit fault until we actually know everything that happened. Let's let the attorney do some investigation to figure out maybe it is partly your fault, but also maybe it's partly their fault. Talk to the police. Now, I say this with a little bit of trepidation because sometimes you are being criminally investigated at the site. And so the general rule is, yeah, you probably should talk to the police, but if you have the feeling that they are investigating you for, say, DUI, or they're investigating you for something serious, stop, assert your rights, and get on the phone with a lawyer. Seek medical attention. Now, there's a couple of reasons for this. Sometimes you may be hurt worse than you realize, and it actually is a true emergency situation. You need to go to the hospital and get checked out. Sometimes the hospital will find something out that's wrong that needs to be treated immediately. And the safest thing to do is simply go get checked out. Some of the most serious and permanent injuries don't manifest immediately. You may not even know that you have them until the next day. If you don't get the medical attention, if you don't create a paper trail with doctors, insurance companies love to pretend that the wreck had nothing to do with your injury. Open the claim with the insurance company, but if you're going to get a lawyer involved, and if there's any injury, you should get a lawyer involved. You should let the lawyer open the claim with the insurance company. You want your lawyer to talk to both the insurance companies, both yours and the other insurance company. The reason for this is the lawyer's able to help make sure that we are presenting a unified front. Sometimes your memory changes over time, and sometimes insurance companies, experienced adjusters, can get you to say stupid things. Call a lawyer. If you have a relationship with a lawyer or a lawyer you like, call that lawyer from the scene. If you're going to call me, most of my clients or the people that are around me, they have my cell phone number. If you don't have my cell phone number, call my office. We'll give you my cell phone number. A good attorney will help you at the scene if you call us. Personal injury attorneys have been through this hundreds or thousands of times. We know the process, we know the steps, we know the pitfalls, and we can guide you through the process to make sure that whatever outcome you get it is a fair process, and you have as good of a result as you're going to get.